the like this all in the time is still running is Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First, I thank you for being here for the lesson for this today. I also present again about active for myself in self activities. Maybe next. For live online production, people update quick data, case study, and five upgrade your computer, not upgrade your computer. Maybe next. Okay, nice. First, we must know what Indonesia. Indonesia is part of the Ring of Fire. Everybody must know that. And the consequence of this Ring of Fire, we must know about earthquake, about volcano, and people. We must know about it. We must learn one day about that. First, we talk about the plate tectonic. This plate tectonic is it's the theory about how Earth is moving, how it's dynamic is process, the dynamic process of Earth. This is the last theory in 1960. This theory, the first theory about this is the continental drift. This is continental drift. Regular in 1961 found that the continental is the first is one continent. This we call Pangea, and regular said that this is the continent is break up and make like this five continent, seven continent today. But the regular didn't explain how this thing. So this tectonic try to understand why the continental. This video you can. Based on this tectonic theory, the core is hot, and you bring something like molten magma, go to up there, and make the continental break up. Like that, make a new ocean. This is the we call divergence boundary. But the other side is not divergence boundary. The other side is convergence boundary. When the plate, one plate makes side, compressed data. This is the compression in this area. This compression, all this area is earthquake soft, and the other is process area volcanic. So that the category is explained apparent and change the apparent of mountain, volcano, earthquake, and this one. Like mineral, like oil. Next, rail. This is Indonesia. Sector. Indian, yes, that is one. It is the different composition of what the Eurasian plate and the Indian Ocean plate. Part of Indonesia is Eurasian plate, it's continental plate, and the other is Oceanic plate, Indian Ocean, Australian plate. You see the source different from Australia. So then many resources more than the others. This our destiny, our things. Indonesia is complex three plate tectonic from India Ocean, Samudra Indian Ocean, Australian, and Pacific plate and Eurasian. Indonesia is like a layer of something like layer of fragrance, or wood, or concrete, or they compress with the 7 centimeters per year. Okay, with this layer. This 7 centimeters per year is of medium slope. So you can see this Indonesia. This is our destiny. So this is the Boderi compression Boderi. This is the Australian in Indian Ocean plate. Moves to north. This is like Java Island. We have many earthquakes around this area. We see this about authorized earthquake. Megatrons, the red one, and international earthquake, and the earthquake, this area. And the other is the several comes down. Our aquifer. This is aquifer. We want to discuss about it. Aquifer is usually in Java. Okay. This tectonic movement from GPS. This is important. You can see the speed is 75 millimeters per year. Okay. This tectonic framework of Indonesia. Indonesia is compressed by 4 plates. The big one is Indonesia, European country, Pacific part is Philippines. Because of this condition, we have 16 subject zone and 30 active megatrust. Active megatrust, this is the other active megatrust. The megatrust earthquake have magnitude more than 8. This megatrust 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can maybe 13 active megatrust. And Indonesia have 295 active power. This is the consequence. You see, that is Bali, that is Java. This earthquake must be part of our land. This is the data you can see this cross section was shallow and then the blue one is now we talk about the tectonic gave a strength from the especially as the two phases of little bit. The strength is like compression strength, tension strength, and shear strength. This strength make rock became tiny if reduced tension. The other is normal flow. Compression like folding, something like that. And transport. The other is bending, something like that, or slip fall. We have this all this kind of the ball. Where's the report is when this is the past fall, then this is inactive, no move. No. But from the beginning is moving, something like that. It is shutting fall. Sometimes reactivated. This we call this report because the historical record of the surface faulting and especially the earthquake. You can see this. The layer of the compressed like they make folding and something folding or joint like this. Because like joint and this is theoretical terminology. This is another example. This is what in Karang Sambung, this syncline mountain. This is in Lembah Harau, West Sumatra. This is about Sumatera Hall. This is Lembah Port. Lembah Port Bandung. This the rest of the Lembah Port. So because the Java is cooperated from south, they became like this. Some of this folding place, folding, and the other is folding. This is folding and folding. Folding is a good place for oil. Folding is good for preparation of gluten. Here is Java. It's Java. You see this Swaram somewhere. We understand about this. This is how we know about the before. You see this if we don't have before, the river is straight to the this side, straight. But this area is sighted, something like that. This the river is like it. This good example is San Andreas Fault. You can find in on Google Maps for this San Andreas Fault. This fault in East Java, Surabaya Fault. Water fault, Berubah fault, Jeep fault. This I think Pasuruan Probolinggo fault, Wonorejo fault. We have many faults. This fault is especially in Wonorejo. Sorry. When one is close to the flower. Okay. Why I thought the update of big data because we can give a new instrument in Java before the active for from scale data. Only have maybe more, maybe not more than 20 state concurrent. Now in 2022, we have more than 100. That is important for us because the data of quick data is very useful for our interpretation. The next interpretation. This the data from 2010 and 2023. We have a trend increase something like that. Any summer. You see, those we discussed Tampa is compressed by 7 centimeters per year. Compressed we can try like it. We have something like in food. We compress with direction, and then we put crack on the field. But we compress the crack is smooth. Frequency is smooth. So there's the American company recommended to especially for local government to something. And there is a part of our Is the data with look in the next room. Look in the surveillance. This is part of the article. Earthquake data is very important for what the article. This is the earthquake more than 5. Okay, we start case study in this problem. We have many research about this provider based on the scale data 2017. We have collaboration research in ITS from geomatica, geophysica, and civil engineering collaboration to research. And with the this is our book.
Oh, akhirnya dapat dong.
Here's the report. This waterfall, this is Surabaya report. The magnitude, the book said that the magnitude on 6.5. 6.5. We measure with the magnetic gravity, and we can reconstruction about the this depth of the fault. You can see this Surabaya fault is depth more than 0 to 7.5 kilometer. The deep from this deep 50 seconds, 20 seconds, and the length is 25. And then we calculate with the problem, and we can see this. This is about the standard. This is our job. You can see this when the Waru and Surabaya post the area of background acceleration is big in this area. You can see here. The 0.1 0.4 0.4 is 0.4 this area strong to very strong. Probability for 500 years. Map is like this. The area is image side. For 1,000 years. This area is and for 2,500 years, city must account with probability exceeding more than 2,500 years. this area. You must prepare about this area. Yes, this is so Surabaya City has the potential experience and earthquake because the Surabaya port was not port. They are able that will experience an event of earthquake and rate of 0.51 to 0.65. Western part of Surabaya will be the most affected area. The probability value of the earthquake will increase as the magnitude of the earthquake. But this is our especially from your city, you can see better research. So this is important. It's earthquake frontier. Earthquake frontier. Frontier. Earthquake frontier. This from the question from Yogyakarta. This about the traditional house. There's more than 300,000 houses planned because they have traditional house. This is what. This is the open power. This is the power. Only about this power, the is more than the other. This is the red one is the this from this is the slim area. This road the is sustain because of this movement they look like this from Palu. The other is this Palu this area. In this video you can the video is from this Turkey. This is Turkey power. This is what strong power. This this Anatolian law. Powerful. Earthquake tornado will be this laboratory this video. The building without column and only bed. And we put this why in Jakarta have more than 300,000. Can see mother or grandmother house accept or not. Tsunami Tsunami, the earthquake, this video. This compression about the oceanic plate and this the law. This earthquake and this tsunami. We have studied about this tsunami. They live in the coastal area and study about this. Study about this area. This is the area of Indonesia that area is tsunami. Amplification. Yes, if the earthquake move in the rock, the frequency is faster, but the amplitude is low. When the rock is dapan, you see, dapan is like alluvial, like in this in Surabaya, like in the S, there is alluvial. The amplitude of the earth amplitude can big one. This make the energy is big. This is the example in Mexico. Make something like hotel damage. You see this the distance is more than 300 kilometers. Liquefaction. See this balloon. Too much time is what we do. How is central liquefaction? It's your industry. It is liquefaction in Indonesia. This is the Chinese Java and Surabaya. It's 0.1. This from SRCM from DRPM. We must study about this trial. This is the 0.1 required requirements of it. You must know that. Next slide two. Next slide. This after only one rock, big rock, rolling and is one pregnant in the side. And the chamber, you have many pregnant. Why the earthquake and because that's fine. Like it's a Kobe. Is from Sudan Sendai Sudan. This is the last one. When the earthquake damages the infrastructure like especially open water, everybody needs the water. So cholera appear more than 1,080. Okay, this is our final solution. Thank you. And then now we will have the second schema speaker from who is it already connected with us? Is the Dr. Ruwe? Yeah. Yes. Okay, so because we have, yeah, we have you. Hello.
Hello, should I present?
Hi, how are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you well. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, I think we can go directly for presentation, then we can have a lot of for Q&A sessions. Let me introduce Dr. Nguyen. We have visitors from UK. That's why we have keynote speaker sessions on afternoon, yeah, because in UK it would be in the morning right now. So Mr. Dr. Wang currently is the principal investigator for the Innovate UK project for Kuwait, and he is one of the from 30 under 30 scientists group. Yeah, it's a very prestigious award actually from scientists in Europe. I think we have 30 minutes for you to present your works, yeah, and share your ideas with the audience. Are you ready now?
Sorry, should I start?
Yes. Are you ready now to start the presentation?
Okay, I will share my presentation.
Yeah. The time is yours now, please.
Okay, good. Let me share my presentation first. Okay. So, good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, and from UK. Today, my presentation topic is floating solar on the ocean into the unknown of global energy future. To start the presentation, I would like to show you two things that you are really familiar with. On your left-hand side, there are some solar panels. On the right-hand side, it's our ocean. If I tell you now, putting one thing on top of another could create a solution that can address the energy issue of the whole globe. Would you believe me, or you think I'm bluffing? So in the next 15 minutes, the purpose of this presentation is to show you that this is a feasible solution. We all know that global warming has become a huge problem, and its root cause is because of the greenhouse gas that is generated by burning fossil fuels. To improve this, we need to develop renewable energy that is sustainable. In order to mitigate global warming, by 2050, we need 90% of all electricity produced by renewable energy. So where are we now?
Yeah.
If you look at the figure here, on the right-hand side, you can see that currently we have around 30% of electricity generated by renewable energy. But this number could be a little bit confusing because if you look back to the data of 40 years ago. In 1980s, this number was already 20%. That's because back then we built a lot of hydro power station, and that was also renewable energy. So in the past 40 years, we have only been improved 10%, and we need another 60% in the next 26 years. This is a huge task, and we need a radical solution to address this. Thinking about our renewable energy future, the global leading experts have given their prediction. In this chart, you can see that by 2050, solar energy and wind energy are predicted to be the top two energy methods in the world, and these two are much more than any other methods. So why do we pick solar? First of all, it's really cheap. If you produce 1 degree of electricity use solar panel, it's cheaper than you use any other method. Secondly, it's really flexible. You can put a few solar panels on top of your roof, or you can put thousands of solar panels to form a power plant. However, solar power also have a unique feature. The energy production of a solar panel is proportional to the installed surface coverage. If you already have a space installed by solar panels and you want more energy, you will have to find another space. So in order to install over 14,000 gigawatt of solar panels required by the whole human being, we will need a land that is larger than England. And this needs to be available with free, flat, and not harsh condition. So let's have a look. Where can we find such a space? If we look at our Earth, we can find the cities, lakes, forests, and agriculture lands. They are suitable for installing solar panels, probably not, because they are already occupied. We could also find some empty space, such as deserts, and also in the polar region, where it's really cold. Those areas are also not suitable for solar panels because there are dusks and snows that could cover solar panels and make it cannot work. So let's have another try. If we rotate our Earth, we will find a better view that we see that there is a vast and majority of space in our Earth is ocean, and this space are unoccupied and available. If we install the over 14,000 gigawatt of solar panels on the water surface, ocean surface, it will only occupy 0.06% of the ocean. In other words, you would not even notice that it exists, but it could potentially provide energy required for the whole human being. But it's not as simple as that. In the ocean, there is constantly wave motions. And if we just put our solar panel there, the wave could destroy the solar panels and make. So in order to use ocean space for solar farm, we have to address the wave issue. So this is our goal, to develop a floating solar farm to sustain in ocean waves. And we call it Solar to Wave project. Now we come to some technical details. In order to make solar panel on water, we need to first make it float. So in this view, you can see that we can add some hollow light floater underneath the solar panels. So those floaters provide buoyancy to lift the solar panels above the water, and we can make multiple units of such structure together, and then restrain its motion by mooring lines. This technique actually used quite widely and well around the world, but it's only in the lake space, such as in the photo. As I mentioned before, we don't want to cover many of our lakes, so we still need to go to ocean, and the wave problem exists. In order to address the wave problem, we could use some clever structure, for example, a breakwater. A breakwater could be a solid barrier stored on the ocean surface. When waves come and arrive at the breakwater, it will be broken and become splash water. It means that the wave will lose its continuous motion and cannot effectively travel downstream. In this way, we effectively create a calm water space in the ocean. What this means for our solar panel? If we install a breakwater in front of the solar farm, when wave comes, it will first interact with the breakwater, and the wave that can arrive and interact with solar panels will be minimal. This means that our solar panels will remain intact. And this another advantage of this technology is that it will support a large-scale project. Because if you increase solar farm surface area, you will only need additional cost of breakwater and edge. The larger the solar farm is, the average breakwater cost will be. So when it's very large scale, this structure will be very cheap, because you can imagine that the breakwater compared to the solar farm size will be negligible. We know that in the coastal region, wave can only come from one direction. But how about in the offshore? We also designed a 360-degree breakwater solution that can handle waves no matter which direction it comes from. When we are looking at offshore, we also find another interesting renewable energy technology, which is offshore wind farms, as shown here. What this could mean for our solar panels? Because wind turbines are required to be installed at a separated distance to avoid the airflow interact each other. This means that there is a big space created between every four of such wind farm turbines, and it may be a perfect space to install a solar panel. So we can use this wasted space and generate additional renewable energy. We could even share the infrastructure and mooring line that is already created for the solar wind turbine. If we do a rough calculation by filling the unused space inside the offshore wind farm with solar panels, the additional energy come from solar panels could be 300%, that is from the existing wind farm. So this is really promising. And remember at the beginning that I mentioned the wind will be the second most popular energy source in the world. So there will be so many wind farms like this in the ocean. We will not need to think about where to specifically create another space for solar panels, because we may just use the wind farms. Now I want to show you the case study that our team is doing in Indonesia. Indonesia is a very special country because you have 273 million people living in over 6,000 islands. You have more islands than any other country. But when you have that many islands, you also create an issue. There are a lot of islands that are in the middle of the ocean. It's far away from the main island that have grid. If you want to transfer power from main island to remote island, the undersea cable is really expensive. For this reason, there is still a large number of islands in the ocean that don't have access to grid. Nowadays, around 4 million people living in 2,000 islands has this problem. However, Indonesia is a country with a lot of sunshine and a lot of ocean. It may be a perfect place to install a solar farm. If we install a solar farm near an island, it can provide electricity independently without the need to go to the undersea cable. So this is very promising. In this picture, I show you the photos of Gili Ketapan, which is an island near Surabaya. In this island, you can see that we have people very densely lived there, around 10,000 people. But due to the grid collection issue, they are using two big diesel generators, 500 kilowatts each, to support the people's essential electricity. This diesel generator is very dirty and very expensive. We could potentially replace it use our solar-to-wave technology. Not only because it's 100% low pollution, it will be also very cheap because you will not need to buy diesel oil and burn it every day. Once you install the solar panels, it will just provide you the energy for free. The cost will be 80% cheaper per degree of electricity compared to the current method of using diesel generator. It will also mean that the local people will afford more electricity, so they will have better work and life conditions. They will be able to use more computers and access better internet. They will be able to learn knowledge online, watch TV, and also help the kids to access better education. They will be able to work more with the people outside the island, have more collaborations. So this comes to the end of my presentation. I brought about the big issue of global renewable energy at the beginning. It's certainly a huge challenge, but I hope that I have shown you some possible solution in this presentation. As you can see that floating solar farm is not rocket science. It's actually a really real and practical solution. I believe combine the effort of our team comes from different countries and with the support of local communities, our clean energy's future may come even sooner than expected. So this is my presentation. Thank you very much for listening.
Yeah, I think this presentation is very inspiring. It's all natural. See how solving people areas and inspiring the energy. I think now we have the presentations of one of the key speakers, yeah, from Dr. Kwon and also Sandro Pralangido. Anyone want to ask some question to our very inspiring speaker today? Questions? So when we talk about the earthquake, yeah, he gave us a lot of information about the earthquake, but the last one of the interesting word is earthquake on hills, yeah.
But you should know now that there are some other factors that created negative impact for our society. Any questions from the audience? Is it clear? Is it very clear now or for the last second? Anyone from the online? Any questions or raising hands in the online participants? From country or something?
Thank you guys. The two presenters are very nice. So one question football. So although I'm part of the research project to think solar movie. Dr. Amin, I believe you completely understand that some of the earthquake at sea and disabled like the tsunami. What is our consideration that we are talking about when there is a tsunami in the ocean? When we put the structure, and what do you suggestion, Dr. Amin, about what we do with Dr. Lovin about the putting tsunami? Is there any precaution? Not to place it in a certain part of the organization. Okay, I think start from Dr. Amin first and then Dr. Lopez. Thank you.
I have a picture from this. There's map, no.
Should I speak? Okay, it's the next presentation.
Yeah, hang on a second. Dr. Amin will answer the question first for Pak Ika. Now, after that, you will answer the questions.
Should I speak?
Yeah, after Dr. Amin, after Dr. Amin respond to Pak Ika's questions. Can you hear me well?
Should I speak or it's a second presentation so I can leave?
Yes, I think after this, Dr. Amin will explain about the area with the possible tsunami in Indonesian waters.
Yeah, I understand the question. So there is a possible for tsunami, and in my understanding, tsunami is very strong, right? It doesn't happen very often, but when it happens, it's very bad. So when it happens, not only the solar farm could be destroyed, the whole city could be destroyed. So I think it's depend. It's not necessary to install a solar farm to handle tsunami because it may not happen in 50 years. And if you want to install a solar farm that can handle tsunami, that will be very, very strong. So I think it will be too expensive to consider extreme event.
Okay, understood. Amin, please.
Yeah, now please, Amin first, yeah, to respond to my questions. Please, Amin.
So we have a map, Indonesian map, the dangerous tsunami area, especially in West Sumatra, sort of Java, but in the Java Sea is okay. Java Sea is tsunami is not high current. We have historical tsunami in this area. This area is but in this area I government expect maybe this area is okay. But in the south area it's not okay because we have experience with the tsunami that is high tsunami more than 10 meters in Banyuwangi area. This area Banyuwangi.
Nó bisa dimute sih lali aku. Lol.
Mention your name and also your department. Yeah, lady at the back.
Next question Indonesia.
Yes, yeah.
Dan terang sebelumnya Mas pemaparan dari presentasi banyak mengenai apakah di kuartal kedua kali itu ya. Orang ada di daerah sekitar ITS semua. Nah, dampaknya pada ITS itu berbanding bagaimana? Apakah gedung-gedung yang ITS ini sudah sesuai untuk mencegah adanya gempa bumi yang akan menimbulkan permukiman bagian mata tersebut? Dan kan disebutkan bahwa earthquake itu tidak membunuh sebetulnya, tapi building dulu. Jadi apakah gedung-gedung yang tinggi itu bisa membunuh seperti itu? Bisa gitu.
Yeah, we can understand your question. I think the question has to be for the climate that. I think you don't need to answer it. You can directly answer the question.
We must know about the building in especially in IPS is the old one. It is the new one. But if high building generally is this standard. This anything that's what is national standard. Follow the national standard, especially for high building. Like in ITS. But people got it. I think it's big. And Turkey maybe high building for because we call this story building. Because the bottom of the building like not concrete only like compound in the bottom that's in Turkey is that the high building is planned because of the this is not the concrete pool. It's only like this new building in ICS from electro. This is dangerous. Because it's some column. It's dangerous. Like we call story building. story. Next, yeah. About active power in Surabaya and Baru, we must study more detail. Really study more detail. So we need some student to study this. This very important.
Yeah, just to add the answer from Ami, yeah, we have Indonesian standard for this building. The number is 1726, yeah, 1726. And then all the civil engineers and architects were have to follow this standard. But it is one of the study from our research centers says that most of the affordable building is the residential buildings. And 79 or 70 something, yeah, 70% of the affordable building most likely in residential and simple building like houses and traditional houses and so on. Like in the in slides in Yogyakarta, once the earthquake occurred, because of this building, yeah, houses is not so it's become families, yeah, family. It's become the killer of the earthquake, not the earthquake, but the building. That's the incident. That's why we need to make sure that our building is constructed well and respect to this national standard. More questions from the audience? Yeah, please. The guy in the front, yeah.
Okay, thank you. My name is and I'm from Humanities Unit.
Your question will be addressed to Pak or okay.
Yes, as the explanations by Mr. before that Indonesia's location is in the third plate, that is Indian, Australian plate, Eurasian plate, and Pacific plate. That means the Indonesia is considered the earthquake. So we indicate that earthquakes is have impact in for our. So my question is there a good impact or positive impact that Indonesia's location is in Finland as mentioned before? Thank you.
Because of earthquake, the earth is break up. The earth break up. So, the magma from the deep go to us. Magma bring us minerals like gold, and so on. So, because of the earthquake, it can give the minerals of this explode positive. Earthquake earthquake is pressure. It is pressure. So this the energy is not is pressure. Become heat. Maybe become what? Maybe like chemical process something like that. It can be the pressure give us example about the from oil. We know that the layer of the layer in the deep we have organic material from cell. So the pressure and the heat make the same from fossil become oil and gas.
Yes.
So oil and gas is a variable recipe. Oil and gas try to find like a crack from the earthquake and go to outlet. Because the oil is good. Yes. Okay. Only.
Yeah. I think the resource creation, in the skills is so unique and also useful. You can go from low, yeah. But I think there is one way that you need it as really the most one and the most valuable in a city. So, yeah. More questions? Any more questions? Okay.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Raja Baswan, and I'm genetic engineer. My question is Mr. Dr. Lord.
Okay, for Dr. One, especially for Dr. One, Mas Rama, can you type the questions via the chat room? Yeah, there is audio problems. It's okay, you can say the questions and then Mas Rama type it in chat room.
We all know that the use of solar panel is to replace solar energy into a renewable energy. But does the use of solar panel have negative impact on the surrounding environment or not?
You get the question, Rama? Yeah. Dr. One, can you respond to the questions? I think. I think it's yeah. Layarnya sebelum. Dr. One, are you still there?
Hello. Although I could hear you a little bit, but because the audience are far away, it's very hard to hear from the audience.
You can check in the chat room. We type
Therefore, I could ask them to send me an email to discuss.
You can check in the chat room. Question is still there.
It's a sound from the room. It's hot. Okay, somebody asked about negative impact of solar panel.
Yes.
Okay. According to the research published so far, there is currently no identified negative impact for solar panel. There are some positive impact for the environment. For example, it can keep the water cool because it acts as a shading. So it may help the coral and the fish to live better life. Secondly, the solar panel is not completely cover the water surface. There will be some gap in between different solar panels. You still can allow light to go to the water, so it's not like completely covered. You can design the gap between solar panels. So it will have some positive impact on the environment. Also, it can avoid it can create some habitation for animals and vegetation. I hope that is your question. I really cannot hear anything.
Yes. And to the questions or still already answering question. Yeah. It's already on the answering questions. Thank you, Dr. Watson. And More questions? Yeah, please, yeah, silakan. And next, the question is for Amin.
Okay, thank you, Sir Anji. My name is Putri Fadila. I'm from Master Urban and Regional Planning. I want to ask to Mr. Lukman.
Yeah, sama-sama, please type.
My question is, how can the use of solar cells increase the resilience and adaptability of coastal management strategies in Indonesia, especially in environment factors? And can you help me with the examples of implementation in reality and what the problems might occur within environment factor? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Putri. Can you repeat the question, please? Yeah. Make it slow.
Okay.
Masalah need time to type the questions in the chat.
Okay, I'm sorry. I will get my question. How can the use of solar cells increase the resilience and adaptability of coastal strategies in Indonesia, especially in environmental factors? And can you help me with the examples of implementation in reality and what problems in that situation? Thank you.
Yeah. Can you give me number one? You can check in the chat room. There is a question for you from Putri. What is there?
I cannot understand what is the question so far.
The question is about the example of your project. You can explain what the example on the ground, also panel that implemented in maybe in visual countries, and then what is the impact to the environment.
Maybe I can send the email so we can better communication.
Maybe I think due to the technical problems, yeah. I will recap the questions and I will send it to the first one. Yeah. Here is the email, so you can send him an email directly. Can you show me some pages of the email in the chat room from the one? Two.
Yes, everyone can see.
Everyone can see the Masalah just send the email address of the one in the WhatsApp group via the WhatsApp group of participants. Or you can show it the telephone Masalah, so we can see on the screen his email address.
Oh.
Yeah, this one, yeah. This one is his email address for Dr. Kwan, so you can ask him directly. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Next question for Dr. Kwan or for Dr. Amin? If for Dr. Kwan, I think it's better to type a question through email. Okay. Yeah. So he can answer directly by email because of the technical problems. More questions from the audience, especially for Amin, yeah, the technical problems in the Zoom. over the time? Is it already finished? Yeah. Okay. Now it's already 4:30. Yeah. More questions? Masih mau? Yeah, please. Is it for the practice? Oke, ya. Kalau juga boleh amin.
Terima kasih atas kesempatannya. Saya Imam dari Departemen Perencanaan Wilayah dan Kota. Saya Pak. Jadi seperti yang sudah dijelaskan oleh Bapak misalnya kan sebenarnya sih Sidoarjo itu juga mempunyai patahan, tempatnya di daerah Waru, begitu Pak, sehingga sedikit banyak kan tentu mempunyai resiko terhadap bencana gempa bumi ini sendiri. Nah, sementara kita tahu di Sidoarjo sendiri kan itu sudah ada informasi yang sudah mempunyai sejak tahun 2006, sehingga apabila terjadi gempa bumi itu sendiri itu akan terparah dari kondisi lingkungan itu sendiri. Nah, jika berkaitan dengan konsep resilient infrastructure sendiri, itu kira-kira langkah apa yang dapat kita lakukan untuk meminimalisir dampak kerusakan yang mungkin timbul dari kejadian tersebut? Seperti ini.
Okay. My provider is far from waterfall. But if money is 3.5 on the area is far. Like in, but it's not far from. Well, we need study detail we have already some research, but only like only the secondary data. We need like soil condition. We need more money to sampling of the soil until one. We have already researched. So we have it just research on the like model. No, we need our people to do this, especially from government. Government is not today. Is okay? No. Government allow this quick. On the ITS with small more than we need the general research.
So the answer is still active, yeah, because there is no further research on the waterfall, yeah, and then its impact to the natural events. Yeah. It should be more research to connect between potential impact of earthquake to the waterfall to the natural event. Okay, now it's already 4:30. I think the time's up. Yeah, we have closed the sessions, and it is very enjoyable for me to guide the two keynote speakers from Ali Jodo and also Lucas who event one. Yeah, I think this is the end of the keynote speaker. After the session, I will session.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's extend our highest invitation to Professor Edward Mas, SA and LG, PhD, was exposed our discussion to present an incredible relationship to this event. Can we give a hearty round of applause? Let's give a warm round of applause to Dr. Amin Widodo, who has shared this five design that will carry us. And of course, let's also give a hearty round of applause to Dr. Mohamed Wong, who has shared inspiring Without further delays, I invite Professor Azim Pamungkas as the undergraduate PhD, Dr. Amin Widodo and Dr. Mohamed Wong to join us on the main stage for a topic of appreciation that will be presented by Professor Engineer Ibnu Arif. For the presentation, can you please teacher? Untuk panitia bisa mengajukan momen ini.
Tiga, dua, satu. Tiga, dua,
Thank you, Professor Pamungkas, Dr. Amin Widodo, and Dr. Lucas Wong for sharing this event. Check. The next agenda will closing speech by Professor Dr. Kurniawan SCMC. For Zoom, can you show? For Professor Dr. Kurniawan SCMC.
Okay, again, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable keynote speakers, Dr. Bagus Nugroho, Dr. Le Feng Huang, Prof. Antonius Swanto, and Prof. Amin Widodo, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and distinguished participants, Sustainable and Resilient Coastal Management, SRCM 2023 seminar participants, which consists of 7 countries with 51 abstract already presented the research presentation. We are grouped into 14 topics. All of the presentation will be submitted to the proceeding index corpus. We really hope that the existing paper can increase scientific contribution and research output. As we draw the curtain of this remarkable international conference, I am filled with the profound sense of gratitude and inspiration. We have witnessed the convergence of brilliant minds, diverse perspectives, and innovative ideas that have ignited the flames of progress and collaboration. I want to express my deepest appreciation to our distinguished speakers who have generously shared their expertise and experiences. Your contribution have been the catalyst for meaningful dialogue and have undoubtedly left an indelible mark on all of us. Your commitment to pushing the boundaries of knowledge is truly commendable. To dedicated organizing committee and volunteers, thank you for your tireless efforts in orchestrating this seamless event. In closing, I can encourage you to continue the conversation sparking during this conference. Let us not view this as an end, but rather as a beginning, a catalyst for the positive change which we see in our field and in the world. May the bond formed here endure, and may the knowledge gain propel us toward a future and share progress and prosperity. Thank you all for your active participants, insightful contributions, and unwavering commitment to unfetching the frontiers of knowledge. Safe travel, and until we meet again at the next chapter of our collective journey. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we finally come to the end of today's agenda. Let us close this webinar by reciting basmalah. Alhamdulillah. These are the agendas we have presented to all of you this evening. We hope you learned something. Thank you so much for your attention. See you at the next occasion. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sebelum mulai, mungkin partisipan bisa ke depan untuk memberikan komentar dari ini. Langsung aja menunjukkan. Di atas atau di bisa jadi sebagian yang silakan. Mas kalian bisa juga bergabung di depan untuk foto. Oke, dalam hitungan ketiga. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Dari bebas sobat 1, 2, 3. Partisipan yang mau untuk background kita silakan.
Ada yang mana nih yang?
Untuk hari ini diharap terlibat untuk lagi masih.
Itu